Good morning and welcome to episode 1682 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor today. Pat's leading us off. Pat, what you got?
I got a masturbating mayor. Masturbating mayor. Not a masturbating bear. Well, he would be a bear if he were a gay man, but he's not. He's straight.
You mean a horse?
No, not a mare.
Oh, right. Right. Double clicking it with
with a Y. Mayor with a Y.
Right.
A
Mr.
mayoral.
Ed can do it himself.
Mm-hmm.
A mayoral masturbator. Okay.
Yeah, a mayoral. You know the term nightmare
Yeah.
comes from the feeling like a horse is on top of you during your sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, that would suck. I mean, you'd be
You'd be dead.
That's a tough.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's a bad night's sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I deep dived into this masturbating mayor and the whole story, and you're gonna love it. It's a real heater, real doozer.
Love it.
You get
I
in
can't
there.
wait.
You
Can't
get
wait
in
to
there,
hear
though,
about
so-
the night mayor. You know,
Yeah.
That's right.
Mark, you're on deck. What do you got?
We got bad news for the Amish. Apparently, I think I know why we haven't heard from our friend Amish Brock. We'll get to that. And then there's some
Right.
classic poop revenge, which there's a twist to it, though. Someone's getting a lot of poop dropped off at their house, but there might be a twist. And then I might have a bonus dog.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Twists like a soft serve machine.
Yeah.
Like chocolate soft serve.
Yeah. This guy's serving up the soft serve.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, I love that, and I love to see.
Well, I mean, good for him. Bad for everybody he's serving the shit to, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, but there's a twist. There's a twist. There's a twist. There's a twist.
his shits are delicious and smell
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So I've got news out of DC that I think, I think it's going to make everybody happy in the end.
Okay. Is Booker still filibustering?
No, 25 hours though. He did break the
That's
record.
impressive. That's impressive.
He did.
I think that you're right. Well, I
He
think
did.
he probably needed to take a shower after that because he probably soiled himself.
Oh, did you watch the last 30 minutes? It was
fact-
I mean, I feel for him because it's hour 25, but all I
impressive.
tuned in for was the end, and it was a manic mess. It was crazy.
Smell it at the end.
Yeah, you could smell it through the screen.
Yeah.
I
An hour
popped in
25.
4 or 5 times.
It's still going, huh?
I popped in like 14 hours in, and the man, you got to give it to Cory Booker for the
You
ability
do.
to
A lot
filibuster
of stamina.
without reading from a phone book. I mean, he was
Right.
giving it for 25. It wasn't gibberish.
His whole thing was he had like a binder of shit prepared, like it must have been just thousands of pages, and he would just like go grab another page every time he would run out of shit. He would just go grab another page, and then he'd come back with that page, and then he'd be
People
like,
were calling in.
by the time it got over 24 hours, it was just like, I mean, he was reading like constituent comments and
Right.
shit
Like a
like that.
Mr.
But, like,
Beast
he-
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, by the time it got past 24 hours, he was saying the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So it's like, I think even he was like lost in the loop of saying it so many times in a row at the end, where it was just like it was like watching a fever
I
dream.
imagine he
Yeah,
was going insane at the end.
You know what he was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a lot of? He was doing
What?
a lot of, I'll take a question, and then a constituent would come in and give a speech in the form of a question.
Yeah,
Did he get to
I heard
piss-
people
did he get to
calling
piss
in
during
to
those?
give them stuff to talk about. I heard
like
people
that's
say-
so yeah. I was wondering, did he get to piss during that? Like when they would come up and be like, and Mr. Booker,
No, because
blah blah blah. Would he get to do something like get to
he
eat or
yield-
pee or drink?
he yielded to the question while retaining the floor. That's what he was saying.
Right.
But
Right.
when I saw the first news article about it when he was about 15 hours in, it said like he's been taking short breaks. So I don't know if he was taking piss breaks or not, or if you can take. I don't know, or if he was rolling with
know,
a
'cause
I feel like
mean,
you shouldn't be
stadium pal.
allowed to.
he did the retaining the floor thing, like Pat was saying. Like, you know, somebody else comes up, asks a question, or says something, that he comes right back. But yeah, no, impressive. He beat out Strom Thurmond, who did that while protesting the Civil Rights Act.
Noted racist Strom Thurmond.
In what, 1930?
Which passed just 64, probably, right, or 66, whatever the year it passed. So I mean, just like that. I mean, Booker was like protesting basically the people who won the election. So it's like it's like, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. You break the filibuster record when you can't block a bill from passing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He never left. Yeah. He never left the chamber to go to the bathroom.
Wow. And so he went to the bathroom.
He told an NPR reporter he did not wear a he told an NPR reporter he did not wear a catheter or a diaper, but he's also an attorney. So he might have
Stadium Pal. Condom.
Way.
Stadium Pal. Yeah.
Right. It was phrased something else, like Will saying. It wasn't a diaper. It was something else.
He could have pissed into a condom all
dudes, I don't know. I mean, the lectern was really thin. I don't know.
You think he was pulling off?
He had to have
teacher, the army leg. Teacher.
He would have to have the whole thing taped down all the way down to like his ankle.
He was moving around quite a bit.
Big bag.
I don't know.
He's sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he's sleeping. Yeah, it's an impressive feat anybody can do. But like I'm saying, it's not like the list is like, so the top three now are Cory Booker, Strom Thurmond, and Ted Cruz. It's not like a great list to be on, but
someone's going to die doing it.
It is the best to be at the top of that list, right? Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, two guys on that list.
Yeah, it's not the best list.
Strom Thurmond was in office.
Strom Thurmond spent 24 hours protesting civil rights.
Yeah, he really didn't want to happen.
Yeah, 24 hours and 18 minutes or something.
Damn.
Booker did like 25 hours and 18 or something like that.
Yeah, he marked the shift of the Democratic Party. Because he was a Democrat, and then that's when the
right Dixiecrat.
He was like the guy that connected the change.
Yeah. And he didn't even make stuff up. He just had 24 hours of materials telling you why he didn't like that.
A lot of Jim Crow laws.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Here's another great Jim Crow law. Say we bring this one back.
He's still going.
Yeah, Strom. Definitely a less controversial breaking of the record.
They'll be moving into our neighborhood soon, and you'll see. All right. Whatever.
Okay. All right. You guys want to do the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the masturbating mayor from Minot, North Dakota. Minot. Is that correct, Will? Is it Minot or Minot? Minot.
Oh, it's Minot. Whoa, Minot, North Dakota. Wow.
Minot. Why not? He said.
Minot.
And he was masturbating.
It's might as well, North Dakota.
Wow.
Yeah, big trouble at the border, guys, but not for the reason you might think. Minot is a border town about 50 miles from the Canadian border. They're in North Dakota. And Mayor Tom Ross of the city of Minot, he resigned on Tuesday after an investigation into his conduct, which involved him sending a, quote, sexy video to the Minot city attorney, Stephanie Stahlheim. Here's our buddy, Mayor Tom.
Okay, Mayor Tom, how does he make a sexy video?
Well, sexy is in the eye of the beholder, bud.
It better be dick only with him, because
Look
I mean,
sustaining. Oh man, he's got a pear-shaped body.
He's got a pear-shaped body.
Yeah. Can he get the rod over that mound in the front? Because he's got a formidable one.
You're gonna hear all about it. Well, we're gonna get into great detail about exactly what happened. Okay, so Tom,
it's like peekaboo with this cock. He pulls the belly up. There it is.
Think of it like a POV video, but just Tom in it.
Jack in the box.
Just Tom. Yeah, Tom's been the mayor of the town of over 48,000 people for the past 3 years, and he had a phone call with the city attorney, Stephanie Stahlheim. Here's a pic of Stephanie. She's the city attorney. She's been the city attorney.
Oh wow, inappropriate. What is she? 40 years younger than him? I mean,
just
you think he was going to send it to a 70-year-old broad?
Guys, hold your horses. Okay?
Sure, but still, dude. Like when you're that old, you're sending a fucking dick video to like a 20-something-year-old attorney.
Like, it's good to be the mayor. You're going to wait. Well, I'm going to ask you to withhold your judgment till we get into exactly what happened here. Okay. Don't be the mob throwing stones at Mayor Tom quite yet. And
just the age gap makes me a little bit. It's like, hey, man, come on.
It is an age gap. Mayor Tom does have a daughter who's about Stephanie's age.
My two favorite things are elections and erections.
Anyway, back on January 14th, they had a phone call, Mayor Tom and Stephanie, and they were discussing the suicide of a Minot police officer who had been under investigation for sexually assaulting a minor. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Around tough.
And this is the third Minot police officer to kill himself in the last 3 years.
Whoa, that's a lot for a smaller town.
This particular instance was, come on in for the interview. We're going to take your phone, and then we'll come and have a conversation with you. And when they got to the room, he was dead.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, bad. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think police has the highest suicide rates. I don't know what their force.
Well, yeah, I mean, look,
yeah. Well, a lot of them are also ex-military, which has
previous
a high
guy was
suicide
a veteran
rate. So, like, there's a double whammy type thing there.
Yeah,
to say the least.
But still, that's a lot for a town of 45,000, right? You got three police suicides and one a year in a row, one each year, 3 in a row. Boom.
It's a lot, and Mayor Tom was definitely feeling it. I mean, I watched a bunch of the city council meetings at Minot, and it's definitely a problem. Anyway, Stephanie's the city attorney, so she was in possession of the officer's phone who committed suicide. So, and this has happened, pretty much the day earlier, right? So it's really intense situation. I believe it happened at the police station, or maybe even City Hall, right, where he's being questioned. So it was tough time. And Mayor Tom is calling Stephanie to talk about that. And the tone of the phone call was clearly somber, obviously, considering the reason for the pair to be talking. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, that Tom got real horny on that call.
Grief, man. Grief gets you hard, dude.
Stressful times.
Yeah.
Gets you hard because after condolences...
He said, look at my grief, Stephanie.
He was just he had a rager on the whole time, hoping this phone call would end. And after he gave his condolences...
he had a good grief.
Right. Tom hung up the phone, and he did something he'd been thinking about that entire call.
Okay.
Okay.
He didn't hang up, and he jacked off while she was on.
No, he took a video. He wanted to show her what was going on below the surface.
Maybe, but he hung up. The call ended. And that's when Tom went to work. 11 minutes after the call, guys, Stephanie was in her office. And look, as I said, it was intense. Someone had just killed themselves who was on their staff. So Stephanie was being consoled by city HR employee Monica Porterfield. Here, let me see. Here's Monica. So Monica's in there with Stephanie.
She looks
like, wow, that was rough.
She looks like she's not going to let a mayor jerking off get away. She looks like she's going to push that to the limits.
She wears a necklace like it's a police badge. That's how much she loves the law.
She loves the law, and she loves the city, and she works at the city. And there they are, the ladies. She's saying, Stephanie's like, I can't believe I have his phone. What am I going to tell his family? Why did he kill himself? Because it was on the phone. This is intense. And so they're talking, right? It's a pretty tough day, and that's when Stephanie receives a text from Mayor Tom.
Oh,
and that video
not unusual. They just talked,
right? Yeah, they talk often.
Could be a follow up. Could be a follow up.
Right. This is the type of town where they use their personal cell phones for city business.
Just one more thing, Stephanie.
Just before you go. So that's when she got a text message, guys, and in that text message was a video, and in that video was Mayor Tom beating off. Just
Mayor
ripping it.
Mayor Tom.
Did he
feverishly ripping it?
Did he be like, oh my bad, oh sorry?
Did he at least try to claim it was an accident?
Like, well, guys,
I meant to send it to my wife. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Tom sent the text, and then for 3 minutes.
She's also named Stephanie. That's why I said, here you go, Stephanie.
Tom sat there reflecting on the reaction that his short film was sure to elicit. And
when it didn't get a reaction, I'm sure.
Well, that's when Tom realized he fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. And he quickly called Stephanie. Well, she didn't open the text. Well, that would be brutal. She couldn't have done that because she's on an iPhone and Tom's on a Samsung. But she didn't open the text, guys, because
he would have got a text that said Stephanie
thumbs down your dick chicken video.
Shit. Stephanie.
It's even worse than seeing it in emoji format.
Maybe she slipped. Maybe I'll get a thumbs up in a second. Nope.
Wait. Good point here, though. Jared Lindsay live chat says he videos it so he can see his dick, right? Because if he doesn't get the other angle, he'll never see it.
I'm just sending this to you so I can see my dick.
Right. It's like
he only sees the underside shot of his penis.
The back of your head after a haircut. You take your phone back there, or check the bald spot on your head. Right. So she did not open the text. Okay, and Tom waited 3 minutes and one was like, "Why haven't I heard back here? Why haven't I heard back?"
That was one of the best jack off vids I've ripped in the last
that was a long video of me masturbating.
Yeah,
and 11 minutes,
dude. He fucked up. He fucked up and he realized it, and he called Stephanie immediately as soon as he fucked up and realized it.
He called her.
He called her. He called her and said, "Stephanie, whatever you do not watch the video I just sent you. Delete it immediately, please. Delete it, please, Stephanie. Do not watch the video I sent you."
Stephanie, please don't tell me you're sitting next to that big bull dyke that hates this type of shit.
Well, guys, Stephanie, being an attorney, she had questions, and she asked Tom, "Well, what is the video?" And that's when Tom told her it was, quote, "a sexy video for my girlfriend," end quote, and asked her to not watch the video and to delete it immediately and also keep this between the two of them. But the only issue was it couldn't be kept between the two of them because the call was on speakerphone and city HR employee Monica Porterfield was in the office consoling Stephanie and heard the whole thing. Right. And to make matters worse, guys, when Mayor Tom described the video to Stephanie, she physically collapsed and fell out of her chair. So there Stephanie is on.
Well, right. I mean, he just talked to her about a suicide, and then he's sending a jack-off video.
Suicide.
No, she's not seen the video yet.
Boss. It's a crazy day. Yeah.
But that's a great point, Will. Stephanie said in the report, and as did Monica, half of the reason she fell out of the chair was because her boss is like, "Look, there's a video of me masturbating in your inbox. Please delete it." And the other half was because she's dealing with intense pressures at work as it relates to
and she's like she's young. She's not like this. Stephanie's in her 20s. Okay, if you can't see the pictures
so far,
it's easily. I mean, this is like, well, it's a class action day at work for her. I mean, she's going to get paid from this day of work for quite a few years.
In the moment, it's the worst day. Yeah,
it's collapsed bad in the moment, but that's the judge is going to rule even harsher against the city because she collapsed out of the fucking chair. So I mean,
guys,
that's a $2 million add-on.
It's a lawyer move. If she didn't really faint, what a move by Stephanie.
She fell out of the chair, guys.
Collapsed into a pile of cash.
Everyone involved in this is Midwest nice. Okay, there's no liars here. Stephanie is on the floor, and there Mayor Tom is on the under.
We don't fake fainting in North Dakota. Are you?
No,
kidding?
We don't fake it up here.
We would never fake it.
Stephanie's on the floor, and there Mayor Tom is on the other side of the phone trying to stop a forest fire from spreading. Yeah. And that's when he hears another voice come on the line, and that, of course, is the voice of CDHR employee Monica Porterfield.
Oh, that's the end.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, "It's the end, pal."
She decided it was time to chime in.
So, Mayor,
tell Mayor that they were in the middle of a crisis and they needed to go. She's a girl's girl, and she said, "This call is terminated," and hung up on the mayor.
Yeah, you won't be stepping within 15 feet of Stephanie ever again. You're done, pal.
Imagine being the fucking mayor, dude. You're like, "Okay, so really, Stephanie, please, I did not mean to do this. Don't open it, delete it, keep this between us." And then you hear Monica say, "Mayor?"
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
It's a great day for Monica.
The most intimidating thing right there is when he knew it was over when Monica got on.
Yeah.
Wrong person
All right, so guys, it goes on. According to the report,
glad he got caught. How many of his lawyers had he sent jack off videos?
Zero. This is not. Look, Mayor Tom Ross is because I know because I did a deep dive. This has not happened before. It's in the report. He doesn't have behavior like this. He's very well respected in the city as well. This is out of.
So people think he might be telling the truth. He accidentally sent it to.
Well, let's get into it. Let's hear the evidence, and you can make the decision. So, according to the report, Stephanie, quote, then opened her text messages with the intent of deleting the video in question. When she did so, Stephanie saw a thumbnail image, which was a screen grab of the attached video of a naked, erect penis. The report continues. Based on the interviewer's review of the screenshot of the text message exchange in question, this interview observed a screenshot from a text exchange on an iPhone that contained a thumbnail image of a clearly visible erect penis shot from the point of view of the sender.
What do they have the phone directly on the ground pointing up?
It was like an aerial view of like a industrial.
He's a contortionist.
You could see makes it look really long if shot from above. More from the report. Stephanie was, quote, distraught and felt unable to proceed with deleting the video. So what did she do? She asked HR lady Michelle Porterfield to assist her in deleting the message. And Michelle Porterfield did so, and in attempting to delete the video, caused it to play. And as a result, Michelle viewed some or all of the video, which, according to Michelle, was of a man masturbating. She did delete that video at 12:52
So HR
PM.
watched it. Okay, that's good.
Well, she's from HR. She's not HR. I think she does accounting. But Stephanie texted Tom, Mayor Tom, deleted. And Mayor Tom texted Stephanie, I'm at City Hall. I don't know why he did that, but that's what happened. Now, according to Mayor Tom,
he said because he came back to clean up his own mess, right?
I guess so. Maybe that's what it was.
Because he was speeding at 130 miles an hour to get back to.
I'm here, right?
He was going to try to delete it himself. He was going to
eat the phone.
Give me the fucking phone.
He should have told her, do not touch your phone until I get back to the office. I messed up. I need to delete something off there for you.
Yeah.
And then this could have all been
not now, Michelle.
Jared Lindsay, Lavender, and comment. All they had to do was delete the conversation. Yeah. So theoretically, here's a theoretical. Had the first frame of the video not been him feverishly masturbating, and it wasn't a hard erect human male penis, then it probably could have been fine. But the fact that the thumbnail was a dong, that definitely put it over the edge of not going to work out. So according to Mayor Tom, Stephanie was not the intended recipient. Mayor Tom said that he went to send the video, which he claims he filmed at home. This is important during a lunch break earlier that day. So not only is Tom frugal, he also was not beating it on taxpayers' time. It was a lunch break, and he filmed it at home.
Of course.
He claims that he and his partner had been discussing an upcoming date and that the video was intended to be sent to his partner in a flirtatious manner to express excitement about the date and the connection and intimacy toward his partner. And when he went to send the video, his partner, whose name also starts with the letter C, right? And he was so horned up.
Oh, but Stephanie doesn't start with the C.
But she is the city attorney.
Okay.
So city attorney, apparently
he
had it
saved it as city attorney. I don't believe that.
Well, look, that made Stephanie the recipient. And Mayor Tom also said the text threads were right next to each other, okay? It was the top two threads, his lady and Stephanie.
Sure, that part's believable. The whole,
And he'd saved Stephanie under cute. So that's why.
Cute Stephanie.
Right.
Cock videos. He saved it under cock video recipient.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few holes in Tom's story, but I mean, it could have been an honest mistake. If it was, what a fucking hilarious honest mistake that's going to cost him his entire career.
Silence. It was silence, and it was just POV from Tom's POV, Mayor Tom's POV, just looking down at his penis. Take a camera out right now if you're a dude and point it down where your dick is, and that's what it was. Just beating it.
Just a hand and a cock.
Yeah, it was like almost like it's presentation style. Look at what's in my hand.
Yeah,
check it out.
Now, this led to 2 weeks of turmoil for Stephanie as she weighed whether or not to make a complaint. A decision that was made more difficult because Mayor Tom is her direct boss and her annual review is coming up.
No, dude, you make the fucking complaint. Are you kidding me?
Go ahead and fire her and add on more fuel to the fire. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, true. Maybe as a lawyer, she was waiting to get fired, and then she could have gotten a wrongful termination as well on top of all this.
Well, she was concerned it might come out that if she didn't make the complaint and she let it lie, that it might come out that they had some sort of relationship together. I don't know. Also, look,
she was giving him more rope to hang himself, which is inappropriate to say in the context of this story.
City HR employee Michelle Porterfield was also not going to let it slide, I don't think.
No.
No, when the girlfriend saw it, and
Michelle was texting Stephanie every day, like, "What are we going to do?"
Tom's done. This? I mean, even if it was a mistake, he's still, unfortunately for him, ended up breaking sexual harassment. At least workplace policies. Who knows about laws? Probably laws too.
Right. So she waited until after the funeral of the officer, and she thought on it for a little bit. She was given 2 options, and she decided to file the complaint. The official complaint. So that led to an independent review. And let's just say Stephanie has not been at the city council meetings for the last couple weeks. But that didn't stop the Minot News from showing the interim city attorney when referring to Stephanie. So that's really tough for her.
Will's all over it. Stephanie's not going to have to work another day in her life. I mean,
maybe. But yeah, Tom gave a statement resigning.
The city should settle before she sues, honestly.
I don't know if she's going to want to bankrupt the city. Mayor Tom said, the decision I made falls in line with all of my work on behalf of the city and Minot. I put my heart and soul into this community. Obviously I'm resigning out of respect for Stephanie. Like, I think Mayor Tom's, I don't know.
He sent a video originally and everyone deleted it, but then he sent the message. Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on Mayor Tom. That's what I'll say.
He fucked up.
Yeah. Great live comment from Tiller. Erections have consequences.
They do.
When you go to the polls, sometimes things don't always work out the way you wanted them to.
Have consequences.
It's a good bumper sticker. Mm-hmm. And then right above it, baby on board.
Yeah, that's true.
Good combo.
It's a great combo. Guys, let's talk about Brunt Workwear, which is a fantastic brand that is bringing you this show. Brent hooked us up with some awesome hats, but most importantly, some insanely comfortable boots. And these are work boots that are also fashionable, guys. This is workwear that ended the trade-off where designer boots couldn't withstand the toughest jobs. Well, Brunt can. They can handle a job site. Founder Eric Gerard grew up with blue collar and started Brunt after his friends in the trades encouraged him to start a workwear brand that was really built for them. Yeah, man, these might be the most comfortable work boots on the planet. I love them. I do get after it sometimes and do some work, and I've been wearing these, but I also wore them out to the restaurant the other day because they're that type of cool, fancy,
stylish.
Wish one of my buddies had designed boots before. I mean, I got Brunt now, but I'm saying could have been handy earlier.
Yep. So if you want something that looks cool but also delivers performance on the job, right? They got waterproof, safety toe, soft toe, pull on, lace up. They got you covered wherever you need. You're going to meet your supervisor's requirements, and you're going to look good doing it, and they're going to be real, real comfortable. Yeah, so for a limited time only, our listeners can get 10% off Brunt with code HARDFACTOR. That's one word at checkout. Just go to bruntworkwear.com, BRUNT, workwear.com/hardfactor, and use code HARDFACTOR, one word, and you're all set. And yeah, after you buy, do us a favor. They're going to ask you who sent you, and you tell them Hard Factor sent you.
Oh, yeah. Pepper is going to do some more research for us. He says he's going to get some Brunt workwear boots and be very critical of them. So put them to the test, Pepper.
Good luck,
because they're the best boots on planet Earth. Also, we'll report on the high dosage stuff later this week.
The MGs. You guys own a business? I know that we do. Some of us own a couple.
7 of them.
Do you sell things? I remember we came from Barstool and learned that selling merchandise was important in this type of line of work. So we were like, "Oh, we got to sell merch, right? Like, how do we do that? That sounds complicated." Well, we landed on Shopify immediately, and we're like, "Wow, it's actually not complicated at all. Shopify's the best. This is so easy." We send them the designs. They come up with all the colors for us. We tell them the sizes, and then they set it up, and then people order it. We don't even really know. We just get an email being like, so-and-so bought your merch. And we're like, cool. Thanks for handling everything, Shopify. The printing of it, the shipping of it. We don't do any of that stuff because Shopify does it all for us. And that's important when you run a business. You have so many things going on. You need to take some things off your plate. You need to work with other businesses to help your business. That's the businesses behind the business. Shopify is that for all businesses.
Stands on business.
It stands on business. So, yeah, if you have anything that you're trying to sell, I would highly suggest looking into Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Home of the number one checkout on the planet. Not so secret. With Shop Pay, it boosts conversions up to 50%. Hooah. Yeah, way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going cha-ching. You know what I mean? Who's going to do it for us this time? Cha-ching. That's what you want to hear. Go. Cash register. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell. Wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between, Shopify's got you covered. So upgrade your business and get the same checkout cha-ching that Shopify uses. So sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/hardfactor, all lowercase. That's Shopify, SHOPIFY.com/hardfactor to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/hardfactor. All right. Well, I know I think we know what our old friend Amish Brock has been up to, I should say. I think we're about to know. An armed man allegedly robbed 2 Amish buggies in western Pennsylvania this past week.
Finally.
Whoa.
Yeah. 2. The armed robberies occurred on a road in Lackawannock Township in Mercer County at approximately 8 p.m. on Thursday and then approximately 8:15 on Thursday. One victim reported that
efficiency, something the Amish wouldn't know shit about.
Exactly. They're
pretty efficient with building walls, but yeah.
Yeah, but they couldn't call anyone to report this. That's the problem. So the first victim reported that while in his buggy, a vehicle approached him from the front and stopped and said a male approached the buggy, pointed his firearm at him, and demanded him he give him his wallet. And notice he didn't ask for his cell phone, so this guy clearly knows the Amish's ways.
Right. I'm thinking Amish on Amish here. That's what I'm thinking.
In a car? Okay.
Well, maybe somebody who defected. Knows the community.
Guy came back from Rumspringer years later.
What time was it at? Were they coming back from? Because you really want to hit the Amish after they were at the farmers market. Yeah, I don't know.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when you hit
after sunset. Yeah.
At night?
Yeah, because the horses have problems seeing. They
don't have flashlights, Pat.
Yeah, they can't use their cell phone light because they don't have one. They can't.
Well, some of them have flashers, right? Okay.
This is when you get them, 8 p.m. The second victim, who got hit right down the road just a few minutes later, said that while in his buggy, again, so he's just going buggy to buggy, a small black sedan drove up beside him, told him to stop, and demanded his wallet. And that Amish guy said, "Fuck off."
Okay. Yeah, fair.
And the guy got in a sedan and said, "Well played," and drove off.
Okay, this is not a violent criminal.
Yeah. What else are you going to take from me?
Yeah. Elijah said no. So someone's taking advantage of these Amish people are trying to, and these people are being transported by literal horsepower, and they can't take pictures of the suspect, who is described as being a white male with a disdain for the Amish.
Yeah,
so Amish Brock.
Former Amish.
Yeah.
Former Amish.
Yeah.
Amish adjacent, at least.
I mean, you just see him out there in rural Pennsylvania just cruising around.
Don't you want to just rob them?
Just rob their ass. I mean, he had a wallet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid ass. In other news, another group of people is being targeted this time in Colorado, and that's people who don't pick up their dog shit. The worst kind of person, right up there with people who leave shopping carts in a part of an actual parking space. Not even like in a grass median, but they just leave it like right where they were.
Oh, like right in a front spot?
Yeah. Like in a spot that you would hit with your car if you fully pulled in the spot. Those people
good prank. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Good prank,
according to the Summit County Sheriff's Office, it's a good prank being a lazy piece of shit. According to the Summit County Sheriff's Office, which is up there in them Rockies, up in the mountains, they claim a woman called in to report she has been targeted and that a man has been dumping dumps all over her sidewalk, driveway, yard, and house. He's really letting loose on her.
Whoa.
Human dumps?
Well, maybe not. So
okay.
she even got grainy footage from her surveillance, probably a Ring camera, of the man chucking dung all over her property.
Flinging Duke.
So he's picking up his own pet's shit and putting it in this woman's yard.
Is it her pet? No, is she letting her dog shit somewhere else and he's following her home and then throwing her shit back at her? Because if that's the then fuck, this guy's a hero.
So
this guy's a hero.
And then she said to the cops, you know what, I think it's my neighbor based on the footage. So the Summit County officers went over to talk with the neighbor and found that he didn't fit the description of the man in the recorded video at all. They're like, definitely not your neighbor. But then when they were there, all the other neighbors came out and gladly told the police that the woman who called the cops is notorious in the neighborhood for not picking up her own dog's shit.
Oh, yes.
And they suspected that it was someone, aka all of them together in a greater good combined effort, getting revenge on her for leaving her dog stinky bricks everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's a story out of the Pacific Northwest, a town that like got together and murdered the town asshole.
Kind of like that.
And this sounds similar. The cops were probably like, I guess I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, no, the cops.
No crime here.
The cops were like,
the cops told her to pick up her fucking dog shit next time.
No, the cops laughed and went home and are letting the vigilantes go nuts. Because they're not going to ticket everyone in the neighborhood.
No.
That's awesome.
I mean, she called herself. She called the cops, and everyone in the neighborhood was like, "No, she's the real shit problem."
If you're a police officer, this is what you want to see: people policing their own neighborhood. You don't even have to worry about that neighborhood.
No wavy lines.
They're taking out the dog shitter. They're so strict in there.
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense though, because like I always wonder about that when you see someone who is like tremendously inconsiderate.
Yeah,
you wonder to yourself, do they just not give a shit, or like maybe for them,
she's gonna get a shit,
or are they not aware? And like it sounds like this lady is so not aware of what she's doing that she can't.
I feel like everybody knows
put two and two together.
She is now. Everybody, when the cops and the neighbors all high-fived and pointed at her
in the neighborhood, dude. Everybody knows that everybody knows in a neighborhood that other people don't want you dropping your fucking dog shits on the sidewalk. That's 100%.
I think, Will,
every
that's coming from a guy who has awareness.
Every neighborhood you've ever lived in, nobody wants dog shits on the sidewalk. Like it could be in the fucking median grassy area. I think a lot of people don't care about that. If it's on the fucking sidewalk or like right in somebody's like right prime front yard space, that shit needs to be cleaned up.
I agree with you that everyone wants that, even this woman who's unaware. But I think this woman is potentially so unaware that she is the person who's perpetuating that she was surprised that people were throwing shit at her.
Pat, because
those people exist, I think, that are like just so up their own ass that they don't know.
She was that way until all of the neighbors alongside the cop cars not in handcuffs said, "Does that shit look familiar?"
Right.
It's the equivalent of stoning someone to death. I had a buddy who was about to move into a high-end condo.
She knows now.
And at the condo, they test your dog shit when you move in if you have a dog, so they know, right? So they can, if someone's got a shitting problem, they'll DNA test your dog through their, so be like, oh, this is your dog shit, buddy.
I always thought that was an empty threat.
It's for real. But when I heard about it, I was like,
empty threat.
I was like, if you move in there, I'm going to go take a human shit 100% on that property.
Test this.
So they need to pick that thing up, send it to the lab, get it back, and be
hilarious.
Like, oh my God, it's a grown man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This guy's 50% Irish.
They couldn't put it on you personally, shit, right? Yeah.
It's an Irish shitter. Bonus dog. I know Pat did a longest tongue lady a while back, and this might be the same lady, but check out Chanel's Tapper's 4-inch long Guinness record tongue.
It's a humongous tongue.
My name is Chanel Tapper, and I am the Guinness World Record holder for female with the longest tongue. I like little fun, silly, or what have you, things like that. That's what makes my tongue, I feel, the most fun, when I could do things that are outside the box with it.
There you go. She likes to do stuff outside the box that they're taking it for you.
She does.
Yeah.
I think we know what she means.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I think she's a new record holder. That's impressive.
Taking to the internet. I mean, she's knocking out Jenga pieces with that bad boy. Imagine what she could do to my shit stink hole. Said some of the internet. And then another guy.
Oh, no, thickest tongue. Thickest tongue is who we did before. This chick is longest.
Mm-hmm. Another total internet comment that I found that didn't make up is, I mean, forget going to the doctors. I'm going to make an appointment with her tongue to check my prostate. How's my posterior lobe doing, Chanel? You know what I mean? Get in there, girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
you
like
could really make a lot of money.
Tremors 3.
Still going in there. That's all. That's all I got.
She could make a lot of money with that long ass tongue.
Big tongue.
All right,
dude. Willie, in the age of OnlyFans, You're right. I never thought about that. Think about all the freaks that came before her. They couldn't monetize their strange body part, and now
you could make money person to person with that long tongue from the beginning of time. But yeah, now you can even put it like, yeah, it's on steroids.
Chanel can get generational wealth with that thing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's solid. It's a nice asset for her. All right, real quick before we wrap up today, the long national nightmare for some is finally almost over. Reports are that Elon Musk will be leaving his temporary federal government role under President Trump very soon. Politico reported on April 2nd that Trump has already told his cabinet that Musk is leaving in the, quote, coming weeks. And Fox and the White House are reporting that Elon and the Politico scoop that they got is hot garbage, and that Elon will leave the Doge, quote, later this spring, which could also mean anytime in the next few weeks. And it turns out that there was a 130-day timer on his temp role the entire time anyways. And so he'll be gone by the end of May regardless.
Would
so
this pay out your Kalshi bet, Pat? Is he a cabinet member technically?
No, he's not a cabinet member.
He's
Hegseth is your one you want to, he's going to be first to get kicked out of the cabinet, it looks like. Yeah. So anyways, he was going to be gone by the end of May, no matter what. Sadly, for the Elon haters, though, he could come back next year for another 130 days. That's how the temp thing works. You can work 130 days per year.
That's even worse. That's
worse. But Mark, here's some happy news. Okay, for the Elon is a Nazi crowd. The news surrounding when he will leave the government is compounded by two factors that suck. Both suck for Elon Musk. One, Elon spent $90 million trying to sway a Wisconsin Supreme Court election this week, and all he could do was get the challenger to lose by 10 points. So he wasted nearly $100 million of his own money to learn that you can't completely buy elections without some form of public will behind it. Number two, Elon's main company, Tesla stock, is down. They're having the worst quarter they've ever had so far in Q1 2025. However, the news of his departure date from the government and Trump's Liberation Day tariffs on April 2nd that heavily incentivized people to buy American-made products like Teslas gave it a pretty solid bounce back.
Yeah, because look at that year to date you had. Go back to that.
Yeah,
the first one, like a month ago. You see, like a month ago. That's when it was that's when it was at its lowest, and it was like half of what it was at its highest 3 or 4 months prior. Like he lost.
It was down 35%.
He lost like 20 billion or something over like.
It was down 35%, and now it's down 25%.
Like 100 billion
of the recent. But the 10% bounce back probably got him a lot of that back. But yeah, definitely, I don't think he's the richest guy in the world anymore. Anyways, so there you go. End of the Elon and government era coming soon for now, at least. But the real end of an era that we have to discuss on this episode before we leave is celebrating the memory of Val Kilmer, who sadly passed away at 65 on Tuesday. He was battling with throat cancer. If you haven't seen Tombstone, that should be your Huckleberry this week. Val Kilmer plays Doc Holliday, and it's my favorite performance of his. I think one of the top performances in all of movies, honestly. Also, there's Top Gun, Heat, Batman Forever, Willow, The Saint, Ghost in the Darkness, The Doors, True Romance, Wonderland, MacGruber. If you haven't seen that, you really should. Real Genius, The Prince of Egypt. Yeah, and others, guys, the other Val Kilmer classics that you think people should see?
You hit pretty much all the classics.
Yeah. He's got some other ones out there.
Yeah, The Ghost of the Darkness.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. Island of Dr. Moreau is a skip.
Sure. Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on the list, because I was like, yeah, it's a famous one, but it's not really that good. Yeah. Anyways, Doc Holliday, though.
Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang. I think he missed. That's a good one.
True. Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang. That's in there. Val Kilmer, though, he'll be my Huckleberry forever. Nobody will play Doc Holliday as good as him.
A couple of years ago. I didn't finish it, but it's called I'm Your Huckleberry.
Yeah. Because it's the, I mean, dude, when you play a role like that, it changes your life. He's probably partially Doc Holliday in his mind ever after.
He reads the entire book on tape in that accent. That's probably why I didn't finish it. Most positive.
That's awesome. But yeah, he's the man. Eccentric dude. Great actor. Sad that he died, battling with throat cancer, but life goes on, and you can still watch his movies.
That fatty elbow deposit that we all picked up on in Heat pre-internet from an accident he sustained on the set of The Doors stage diving.
Oh, okay. That's how he got the elbow
thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was joking in the Discord saying it was his little angel wings, and then he finally grew the rest of them. This week.
Rest in peace, Valiant. Is it Valiant? What's Val short for?
I have no idea what Val's original name is.
Valentine. What is that? We got to know.
He's just Val Kilmer to me, which is definitely a stage name. But
Val Edward Kilmer.
What?
Yeah,
so that makes him even cooler. That's his real name, Val Kilmer. R.I.P. And that's the show. Thanks for listening. Remember, patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. But most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop!